PPR test strategy. Forget reasonable, think ideal. Let's talk about the most important concept of the test. Close your eyes. Seriously, picture an ideal teacher you know. If you don't know one, make one up. That person, that's how you pass the PPR exam. What makes this teacher great? What characteristics do they have? What makes them better than average? Here's the real test taking secret. Think about that teacher and no other for the rest of your life. Every domain, every competency, every question, you ask yourself, what would that teacher do? Here's where most people fail. They think, that's not realistic. That would never work in my school. That's too rose colored. The right way to think is that would be the ideal, that's what the ideal teacher would do. The best developers want the ideal answer. Think ideal to change the world. Repeat after me. Forget reasonable. Forget practical. Think ideal. Say it with me again. Forget reasonable. Forget practical. Think ideal. Pretending we are Pretending we are little birds sitting on your shoulder, chirping the entire time you test. Ideal, ideal, ideal. When you're unsure, hear those birds. Pick the most ideal answer, not the easiest, not the most realistic, the most ideal. Do you know what an ideal teacher would do? A student teacher, a student centered teacher follows what's right, even when it's harder. Don't just show up, don't just survive, don't just collect the check. Do what's right, not what's easy. Be the teacher who puts students first always. The pretend game. Even if you don't believe it, pretend. Let's say you're not into the whole ideal teaching thing. Too far fetched. Will never work in the real world. Here's what you do. Pretend. Just pretend you believe you will become an ideal teacher. Feel how that feels. Savor it. Why? Because the test developers do believe in it and they write the test. So even if you don't, pretend you do. Your score will thank you. The Energizer Bunny rule for teachers. You want to know what an ideal teacher looks like? Here it is, plain and simple. The ideal teacher is the Energizer Bunny, never exhausted, never daunted, never gives up. A teacher staying after school, pretend a teacher staying after class to help a struggling student. What does that mean? Never give up on your students, even the hard ones. An ideal teacher is the Energizer Bunny. What does that mean? Keep going constantly. Not perfect, just persistent. The ideal teacher is the Bunny. What does that mean? Maintain a safe, active environment for all students, not just the easy ones. The warning, going through the motions. Anything less than that, that's not teaching. That's just going through the motions. So here's the question, not for later, but for right now. Are you the Energizer Bunny or are you just clocking in? Be the one who keeps going. Be the one who never gives up on kids. Be the ideal teacher. The number one warning about test answers. Here's the number one trap on the PPR. Sometimes the test gives you excellent answer choices that are true, but they do not answer the question. For example, let's say that the question is about integrating curriculum for at risk students. The answer choice says Thomas Jefferson was president. Well, that's not true, but it's wrong for the question, for this question. What to do? Underline important words in the prompt. Stay focused. If an answer doesn't answer the question, cross it out immediately. Okay, let's practice thinking ideal. Let's look at some sample questions practice. Question number 1. The sky is blue. Yes, that's true. But the question is about ELL teaching strategies. This answer is wrong. It does not answer the question. Sample question number 2. Let's practice thinking ideal. An answer seems too idealistic or sugar coated. You should. What do you think? Pick it anyways. Test developers want ideal. Let's practice thinking ideal. Question. The teacher wants to give up on a difficult student. What should the ideal teacher do? Never give up. Keep working. The one thing you must remember. Forget reasonable and practical. Think ideal. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. 1. The test developers believe in the ideal teacher. 2. They want to know if you know what the ideal teacher would do. 3. Your job is to show them you do. And think about the little birds. Ideal, ideal, ideal. Hear them on the test day. Be the Energizer Bunny and pass the exam.